Yo, welcome back. I think gold is about to make a biggest move of the week. Not because of the news, not because of CPI, but because the market has just printed something that most traders can't ignore. If the setup continues to play out, I do think that gold can pump 2.5% move sitting right in front of it because of the weekly close. Let me show you exactly what I'm saying. Alright, let's get straight into it. So if we look at gold right over here, the first thing I want to show you is the daily time frame, because this is where the entire idea starts. So if we do the daily analysis, we want to zoom out. You can clearly see we've now printed confirmed change of character, and I'll show you exactly on the chart. So how do you know if it's a confirmed change of character? I'll show you. And what does that even mean, right? So if we look at the daily chart right over here, then we just remove everything. All right. So what are we bullish or are we bearish right now? What would you say, right? I would say we are bullish, and the reason why is because we have closed above this previous level right over here. Okay, so this level over here is showing us a change in character, right? The reason why is because we have taken out this high, and if you look at the chart, this was a liquidity sweep and we took out these previous lows, right? So there's a good chance that gold could potentially pump back up to these highs over here. You know, we also have around about 4,200 I would say to take out these highs first before we actually move higher. But this is the type of structure that I'm looking at, right? And if we go into it on the lower time frames, yeah, if we actually just show you everything, this is my chart, right? So I want to just remove all the fixed range volume profiles because that'll come a little bit later. But we have the confirmed break of structure and we are looking good, right, on the daily. And if you look at the 4-hour time frame, it will make a lot more sense, right? Because this level over here, let me just remove this. These are your session breaks, and I'll go through that in just a second. But if we look at this right over here, we have inversed this gap on the 4-hour time frame. We've inversed it, which means that price is potentially taking out the sellers that were sitting at the zone. You can see how many sellers were sitting at the zone for the past, literally the whole week, right? Since Tuesday. You know, sellers were sitting and taking sells at the zone, and now we have cleared that level. So there's a good chance that on the 4-hour time frame, we can continue going higher, right? Closing above here, retesting this level, this is where I got in exactly and looking for higher targets. So I'm looking to target 4,128, looking to target 4,165, and then looking to target 4,200, right? These are the three zones I'm looking at. And what's important to note for this gold setup, we have such a tight stop loss with the RR of 1:8.5, which is really nice because you want to just put your stops below that previous inversion, right? So for me right now, gold obviously looking pretty good. We got a nice little retest here, which is exactly where I entered, right? And you can just see waiting and being patient pays off, right? So if you look on the lower time frames, it's showing us that structure is changing here, right? So there's a good chance that we can move higher from this level, okay? And what I like to do is I like to use TrackMyTrades to show you guys, to show my setups, right? Because it tracks everything within this dashboard, right? Shows you all the trades that I make, the bag tracker. You can also do your trade calculator for this type of setup. You can calculate, your margin, position size, and how much you're going to lose and how much you're going to gain on a trade. Everything you can do on this website. So make sure you guys check in the link in the description. It will literally show you how to do it, right? You can even analyze charts, and we've spoken about this multiple times in this channel, right? And it's also, I have a full course in the channel, right? So make sure you guys do check it out, and I do appreciate if you guys would follow this channel, and because literally the past couple of days we've been so right on our cause. And for the people that are new here, if you go back and rewatch everything, you'll see how all the trades have played out. So if you are interested in learning how to trade and also learning how to journal, definitely have a look and keep an eye on this channel, right? So let's go back to gold over here, and I want to show you something as well, something pretty important. So basically for now, this is definitely like one of my favorite charts that I'm looking at because of the weekly close. I'll be watching the support very closely. So like if buy is defended, I think gold has a strong chance of making a leg higher from this level. So for me personally, what I like to do is I like to put the session breaks on. So you click on settings and then you put the session breaks. And what does this actually mean? It shows you your open and close of each day, right? And then I go to the 15-minute time frame. I grab the fixed range volume profile over here, fixed range volume profile, take it from the open to close, and I do it from 2 days, right? Go from this day to this day, And then what I like to do is I like to mark out levels, right? So we have our point of control sitting over here from 2 days ago. And what does that actually mean? The point of control shows us where the most volume was traded within that day, right? So there's a high chance that if we're looking for, bullish structure, you want to be looking to take longs and sells within these zones, right? So I do think there's a good chance that we take out this high within today. And look what happened over here. We actually retested this previous value area low, which is also a confluence of that that inversion gap that we took the trade off. So is it going to play out? Like I said, nothing's guaranteed, but I do think that gold has a high chance of pumping today, right? Which is why we took longs. So I think it's important to look at these levels, right? What I've liked about this type of volume profile, taking it from each individual day, it gives you key levels, right? It gives you levels that price needs to, these are where people are buying and selling, right? It shows you the most important levels for that day, right? So let's see what happens. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. And yeah, for me right now, let me know down below whether you are bullish or bearish on gold. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next update tomorrow. And also check the shorts that I posted. I also took a massive short on Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Ethereum trade's also going well, and that's all in the channel. So peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.